Hey guys, welcome to another moveset video. I have not made a moveset video in so long, and I just haven't made a video in a while. So yeah, that's not really good. But I haven't made a video in so long. I got 5,000 views as well, but that doesn't really matter. But yeah, let's get into the moveset. And yeah, I will be updating this channel, or uploading much more recently, or much more in the future, not recently. I'll do it much more in the future. I haven't done it in so long, but I do have a few other channels that if you want to check out, you can. So, if you click on my channel, they should be there. Anyway, let's get started with movesets. Today I have two movesets. They're both very tanky movesets, and I happen to use them on the same team for the demo video for them. So one's Hippowdon and one is Chesnaught. So this is generally for UU. Hippowdon, I realized, is a very bulky attacker that can deal a lot of damage, but can't really handle special attacks. But I give it Sandstream because it really helps with the stalling that this team provides. This combo, it's sort of a stalling combo. These two, they are like the main tanks. Hippowdon has leftovers because it's sort of hard to take down, so you might as well just run leftovers so it can stall even further. Sandstream because it will do damage to them, so it will negate the effect of leftovers as well as deal damage if they don't have leftovers, so it will help you stall. The next few moves are all like attack moves, just Earthquake, Rock Slide, Fire Fang. They're just sort of coverage moves. Of course, you can replace Fire Fang with anything else you want, Thunder Fang, Stealth Rocks, anything like that. They would all work. Yawn would even work. They're all fine. Just I'm using Fire Fang because in my battle I had a team that didn't really have much fire moves, so I run Fire Fang. Although I don't even think I used Fire Fang in the battle. And Slack Off to help your stalling even more and just heal yourself up. The EVs are just HP, attack, and the last 4 in defense. So it's an adamant nature because you don't have any special attack. You can subtract some stats from that. And give as much as you can to attack. The reason I'm not giving any to special defense or spreading it out is because it's got good enough defense to take a hit with all this health, and special defense, it's sort of useless because it's not going to take that hit very well, so it's not really going to do anything. So if there is a special attacker, you might as well switch out into Chesnaught, or not really Chesnaught. His special defense and defense are both pretty good, and yeah. Let's get into Chesnaught. It also has leftovers to help with stalling. Bulletproof really helps you. It protects you from ball and bomb moves, which means you can't take damage from a lot of attacks that would harm Chesnaught. And it's just better than Overgrow. It's not really the best ability, but it's better than his other one. So yeah. First move is Woodhammer. Woodhammer is just sort of here because he has decent enough attack without boosting it too much, and if you're against a water or a ground type or something that grass is super effective against, it will do quite some damage. Although it will make you take some damage, you're not going to deal that much, so you're not going to take that much either. You could easily replace this with, let's say, not Leech Seed. You need an attack. I just needed an attack. You can replace it with Seed Bomb. Anything you'd like. Woodhammer, it's just sort of a filler move as an attack. Next move is Toxic. This is going to help stall, and yeah. Then his Spiky Shield, it also helps stall. You can use it and then just let the Toxic tick for longer, just block physical attacks and deal more damage. And then Spikes. Spikes are just here to set up, and then you should be able to tank a bunch of attacks while setting up spikes, so that's good. And then you can just stall out for the rest of the time and to let them die from spikes and all these stally moves, as well as if you have any, you need some offensive people on your team or else it won't really work. But all these are sort of like supportive tanks, I guess you could say. But yeah, the combination of the two is actually very good because types, I don't think any two types, I think ice would be a problem for both of them. But you won't see ice that much, and you might as well just switch into something else for ice. Or fire, I guess, which I think in the... Alright, whatever. I'll show you a battle with them. Okay, so here's the battle. Let's go ahead and play it. Okay, sorry about that. Let's play. Okay, so I lead off with my Darmanitan because that is my lead. He switches into a Swampert, so I just U-turn out into my Chesnaught because it's a grass type, and he sets up Stealth Rocks, which aren't that much of a problem this game, considering my team. And he sends in a Goodra, and I go for a Wood Hammer, but he has Sap Sipper. So I automatically assume that's a physical Goodra, considering I just gave him bonus physical attack, but he Fire Blasts, so it's not a physical Goodra. In other words, he just has an immunity to grass. He goes for a Draco Meteor instead of the Fire Blast this time, and I'm able to land a Toxic on this Goodra. And this Toxic stalling, as I said before, is really important. He switches into Darmanitan as I can set up one layer of spikes, and I am pretty much forced to leave here, but I do have the spiky shield, so I did get some damage off on the Darmanitan. This is a really stally game, considering because I have two really tanky Pokemon, and I knew Cloyster was basically useless because it has a Focus Band, and Stealth Rocks breaks it, and I don't have a Rapid Spinner, which I probably should have, so I just throw in Cloyster as fodder to get a free switch on Hippowdon. And he automatically gets scared and switches in Hitmontop, which is a problem because of the attack lowering. Now I actually predicted a switch into Tornadus Therian, so I did that. But he has Rapid Spin on that thing, so I know I want to kill that right away. And the Earthquake would have done like 60% damage, but with this lowering, I don't get that much. And he actually runs Rest, which I don't really understand why, because he doesn't really have Sleep Talk on this thing. But he ends up just switching it out and going into Swampert, which I believe, I don't predict, but I just wanted to switch it into a Chesnaught because while it was asleep I wanted to set up and Toxic it. But it's a good switch anyway. He probably thinks that I predicted him. And he switches into Goodra again, so I just set up spikes because I know I'm not going to use a grass move anyway, so I have Wood Hammer on this thing, but I don't really want to use it. He switches into Tornadus Therian, and I just get up more spikes. And I know I don't want to mess with this thing, but I just Spiky Shield to see what moves he has. Because I can, some Tornadus Therians have Aerial Ace, but this has Air Slash, and it wants to destroy me. So I'm going to switch out of Chesnaught and into Hippowdon, where he's going to actually knock off Hippowdon's leftovers, which doesn't end up to be too much of a problem. And now he U-turns, probably knowing I'm going to Rock Slide, and switches into Hitmontop, I believe, yes. And the spikes are dealing some damage. And I predict the switch into Tornadus Therian, I think. Do I? Oh no. I just go for an Earthquake, and he switches into Sableye, where I get a critical hit and kills it. I think that mattered, actually, because else I wouldn't be able to kill it. And here I think I predict the switch into I switch out. Okay, yeah, I predicted it into Tornadus Therian, and then I realized he's not doing anything, so I might as well just Earthquake. I don't know why he has Rest and just stays asleep, but I get rid of his Rapid Spinner, which is really good. He sends back Swampert, which I know has a water attack, so I switch into Chesnaught. And you can see these guys have really little problem with Stealth Rocks, so Earthquake does nothing. Chesnaught just eating everything up. He switches back Swampert into Tornadus as I just set up my last layer of spikes, because 3 is the maximum. And he's gonna Air Slash, which actually misses, thankfully, but then I Toxic and that misses as well. Now, unfortunately for him, he misses another Air Slash. But that's the problem with the 95% accuracy moves, okay? You miss it sometimes. That's why I hate low accuracy moves. I had a Spiky Shield to stall out the Toxic even more. And here's something even more sad. I'm like, okay, Tornadus can't do much to Crocodile, so I want to set up a sweep here. And he misses an Air Slash, because this is my Crocodile sweep set, which I have a review on, but he ends up having Focus Blast, which somehow he hits, and he doesn't hit any Air Slash, which is weird, but yeah, then I switch into Darmanitan, because I want to Flare Blitz. I know it will kill like anything at this point. He switches into Darmanitan, the spikes deal a lot of damage, and I'm able to Flare Blitz and kill it because of that. I would have been fine if he switched into Swampert as well. He does switch into Swampert, and I switch out into Chesnaught, because that is the perfect answer to it. And I think he predicts that and switches into Goodra, or he predicts like me to just attack again with Fliplets. But I end up spiky shielding. He goes for a fire blast. Not gonna work. Just stall out that toxic. And yeah, I switch out into Hippowdon again to get that Sandstream up, and Fire Blast is not gonna kill me. And then he forfeits. So yeah, he forfeits because it's just becoming too stally. It's turn 31. Just he doesn't want to deal with this. I'm gonna win anyway. I win over time, and I was actually gonna slack off during this, so I would get my health back. But which I think I probably would have been able to pull off. But yeah, it basically just stalls opponents out, and like I said, it might end up in a lot of forfeits. So yeah, this is a pretty good combination with Hippowdon and Chesnaught. They work as very good tanks, and you can see that they really helped in this battle. So yeah, that's Moveset. Sorry for not uploading in so long, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll be working on a lot of projects in the future, actually. But yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see you guys all later.